hole number 5. I know for a fact on this hole we're going to be switching some stuff up. We're going to switch to a Kingmaker. So hole number 5. So hole number 5, we've been practicing for a hook shot out here. We started off our line on the trees, and I was using one of the USA type balls that's 2-wind 3-3, but then I got where I started adjusting the wind out. So since I'm adjusting the wind out and the wind's not a factor, I don't need to use some special ball, so I'm just going to use a Kingmaker. And so we started out here, then we moved to where we had a fully extended full overpower when the white line was up here against the rough line. I made a wind adjustment, and I ended up, the first time I ended up in the sand, and then we moved it into that white line, and we ended up right here on this peninsula, right here for a shot. So we're trying to get through this gap. So where we landed down here, we had enough room that we landed almost in the middle when we hit that rough spot up there. So we're going to try and move it in just about maybe a ring and a half and see if that's the right number. So we're trying to get into this area so that we can use any club. So let's make sure we got our rapier numbers. We got an 87, so that's a 1.3. And really, on that, it's only going to play in if it's at the max club. If it's anything less than max club, then it's going to start being by feel. So it's a 1.3 on the max. And just to refresh ourselves, we got a 1.1 on our Hornet, and I play the Hornet at a 1.1922. Okay, so hopefully those will be the clubs we need, and we're going to continue to work on these adjustments. Let's make sure we have the rest of those clubs just in case, because we are taking the risk of ending up in the rough or the sand or whatever. So we're trying to dial it in for the weekend round so that we can hit it. You know, on this hole right here, if you can give yourself a legitimate albatross shot both times in the weekend round, I mean, if you can just get one of them. Okay, so before we were out here fully extended, we were at the white ring, then we went to the blue ring. Now we're going to go to the orange ring. And we're going to adjust out the wind, which is 3-1, so it's about a ring and a half. And we're going to take a full shot. And we got just about all of that. And that's going to put us pretty good. We're way short. How do we end up way short like that? I think that's the spot, though. So we went in one ring. We went to the orange ring. Now scratch out blue and write orange. And I don't have enough of those high-powered balls. I've got enough of those high-powered balls to get me through. I bought the $4.99 pack, so that's about all I buy with these accounts. And I don't have enough of them to use on this hole and the last hole. So I'm in my Saturn range here, and I'm in mid-club. So this might be a spot where I bring my backbone. So we're at 2.4, we're at mid-club with the Saturn. It's at 2.0. So mid-club, I'm going to do just a very small adjustment. Very small. probably came in too fast. I did. That wasn't even close. I was off to the left. That was all in wind adjustment. Normally on my Saturn, I've got my Saturn set up. My Saturn is 1923. So one ring would have been 2-3. So that was a 2-4 wind. So I should have moved it one ring. And I only moved it about 3/4 of a ring. So that's where I was off. It's okay. That's why we had the weekend round. We're practicing to get to that weekend round. And I think I'm going to make a note here on this hole to bring a guardian, or bring a backbone. Backbone. Hornet. I could buy some more of those balls, but that's the whole thing about having a rookie account, is making your stuff last, because you don't need those special balls on every hole. When you're playing an expert and you're playing in Masters, you're going to need good balls on every hole. So when you buy those balls, you don't buy 10 of them, you buy 250 of them. But down here, you don't need those on in every tournament, and having 1 or 2 or 4 of them sitting around that you can use. All right, that trick shot did not work out for us, but it did not work out for us either. We gave ourselves a shot for Albie. I just blew it. Okay, we're gonna need